In Kentucky, President Joe Biden toured the damage from the latest climate catastrophe. While back in Washington, signs of optimism the U.S. may still avoid the worst impacts of a warming planet after Democrats passed the most substantial legislation on climate in U.S. history.
We've changed the world in a way that you rarely get an opportunity to do that.
And the bill, as amended, is passed.
It took a marathon 22 hours of voting to pass the so-called Inflation Reduction Act, fulfilling Biden's signature promise to spend hundreds of billions of dollars on climate and health care, paid for by tax increases on the largest corporations. Every single Republican objected.
The bill's title shows you what it is. It's an Inflation Increase Act.
The bill includes $369 billion in incentives for clean energy programs, including tax credits encouraging American consumers to buy electric vehicles, including EVs built in Canada.
There's just a variety of investments here that make a lot of sense if what you're trying to do is spark clean energy innovation and also create the sort of government funding that will help attract private funding.
It all puts the U.S. on a better course to meeting its emission reduction promises. The spending could help cut U.S. emissions to about 40% below 2005 levels by the end of the decade, though still shy of commitments under the Paris Accord.
What this legislation shows is that there's a backbone to those commitments. That helps us go into the international arena and say, okay, now let's talk about what other countries can contribute to this effort to reduce global emissions.
For Biden, it's not just a moral victory, it's a political one. Less than 100 days before midterm elections, and with his own approval numbers faltering, the president has cemented a consequential part of his legacy that could shape American life for decades to come. Jackson Proskow, Global News, Washington.